In this video, I'm going to explain the four phases that we have seen of the subsystems methodology or checklist method. In essence, the methodology can be described as a process of 7 stages of analysis which uses the concept of a system of human activity as a means to get from the finding of a problematic situation to taking action to improve the situation. So this methodology helps us not only to understand the problem, but make us have a solution to this problem. The complete phases of the methodology are, first of all, we have a non-structured problematic situation, then we have a definition of a problem, a root definition of this same problem, the developing of some conceptual models, the comparison of different understandings of the problem, having conceptual models for various people. Then we have the definition of changes to be made and the actions to solve the problem or to improve the situation. Phases 1 and 2 are finding the problem. The first thing we need to do is to express why is it a problem. In order to do this, it is recommended the use of storm ideas, affinity diagrams, and we should also use risk pictures and the Catwoe analysis that I'm going to explain right now. The risk pictures are diagrams, figures that try to explain why the problem is a problem. And in some risk picture, this is not achieved, like the one I'm showing you right now, or this one that has a lot of words, some figures, but we can really understand what's happening. In this one, we can better understand a problem, maybe with a library in a university and problems with the students. This is one from home that talks about entrepreneurship. But we can conclude that we need to know what should a risk picture include. First of all, it must have a structure, a form, a way of telling us something, a process that reflects that we have something, some phases, some steps that need to be achieved in order to have a result that we are not getting right now, and that's why we have a problem. It also needs to express our worries. What makes the problem a problem to us? We need to use the language of those in the problem and use mostly figures and little text. Returning to the phases of the methodology, the risk picture helps us with the non-structured problematic situation. We need to follow the idea that an image is better than words, but we need to practice in order to get very good in this. Now, for the definition of the problem, first of all, we are going to use the Catwoe analysis. I'm going to explain some of the factors right here, and then I'm going to have a little example. First of all, in a Catwoe analysis, we have 6 elements. All of them are very important, but we need to start with the transformation process, or the T in this Catwoe analysis. The transformation process is the conversion of an input to output. Every system has inputs that transform them and then gets an output. If we analyze a gas station, the inputs are the cars, the clients that are going to buy some gas, and the output are the satisfied customers having bought gas at the gas station. Then we need to define the Weltanschauung, that it's a German word, and it means what it's intended to achieve. We have a transformation process, but we are searching something with this transformation process. If we sell a gas at a gas station, it's because we need to satisfy our customers in a way that they want to return to us. that they want to keep buying gas from us, not from another guy, not from another gas station. So that's the worldview which makes tea meaningful in a context. If this is a simple system, like the gas station, it's just we want to sell gas to satisfy customers, and sell gas is the transformation process, and the Weltanschauung is the satisfying of these customers. Then we can go to who are the clients. In a gas station is very simple, are just the clients of a gas station, those who have a car and need gas in order to transit in a street. The actors are those who make tea possible. In the gas station are the guys that serve gas, but we also have the provider of this gas, that in Mexico it's only Pemex. We can also have the administrative situation of the gas station, etc., etc. We also have an owner, and the owner is those who have the power to stop or to change tea. And in a gas station, it's very simple. Is the director, the general manager of the gas station. We also have environment constraints, elements outside of the system which take it as given. So are some aspects of the environment that can make things worse or can make things better. If we are thinking in a gas station, maybe the price of the gasoline is a factor of the environment, the variety of cars, the variety of products. We in Mexico have only two kinds of gas, but we also have diesel, and in the future we expect gas stations to serve other products that substitute gas in cars. Let's have another example. Let's have an example right from home. This is from Tecnológico de Monterrey. First of all, the transformation is the mission of Tecnológico. I'm not going to read it, you know it already. The Weltanschauung, as I see it, the Catwoe analysis has a very simple idea. It doesn't necessarily has to be right or wrong. It's your idea of a system. And in later phases of the methodology, we are going to compare our models between each other to improve them. So this is the Weltanschauung that I see in Tecnológico de Monterrey, having my almost 30 years experience with Tecnológico since I was a student and now that I work for it. I see that what Tecnológico de Monterrey seeks is to improve society one graduate at a time. The clients are society. I don't see students as clients. I see students are the main actors, as the main actors in these systems. Also, we, the teachers, the international programs, the administratives, the cultural part of Tecnológico, the facilities, etc., etc. The owner of Tecnológico Monterrey are the council. And the environment constraints, I see them as intern and extern. Interns, the budget, the infrastructure again, academics problem, etc. Extern, the whole system, the whole Tecnológico, society's customs and habits. It's not the same having Tecnológico de Monterrey at Puebla as having it at Ciudad Obregón or in Tuxtla Gutiérrez, etc. The competitors' visions. We have many universities all around Mexico, and we can choose to see those universities as our direct competitors or as our partners in this way to improve society one graduate at a time. But that's the way I see this system. This is an individual activity that you have already made. We're going to the next phase of the methodology, that is the root definition of a problem or the root definition of a system. For the root definitions, we need the Catwoe analysis to define our problem. But we are going to use three elements: the Weltanschauung, the transformation process, and the constraints or the environment. We need to know what it's trying to achieve, how is it trying to achieve it, and what constrains it, or what parts of the environment make things better or make things worse in terms of this system. Let's see an example to better understand it. And I'm changing the system. We are talking now about a meat store, a meat market. All of us have been in one of these stores at any time. So I'm going to repeat a little bit about the Catwoe analysis for a meat store. I see that the transformation process is to offer our customers fresh meat products of the highest quality through direct sales in branches near him. Why do we do this? Because we want to be the best direct sales of meat products in the southeast of Mexico, because I'm at Puebla right now. So this is our transformation process and our Weltanschauung. Who are the clients of a meat stores? The final customers. Who are the actors who make tea possible? The store, the warehouse, the logistics, the administration. And who is the owner of this system? Who can change or stop tea? I see it as the regional CEO, the regional chief executive officer. And what's in the environment? It's the demand, the budget, the availability, the refrigeration services, etc. So with this definition of the Catwoe analysis, we have a root definition, and it reads as this: system that seeks to provide fresh meat products of the highest quality to direct customers through branches near him in order to be the best direct sales of meat products in the southeast of Mexico, taking into account issues such as demand, budget, availability of products, services of refrigeration, etc. So the root definition is the way that we communicate what the problem is or what the system does. This is another activity that you have already done, and we continue with the next phase in the methodology, that is the developing of conceptual models. First of all, what is a conceptual model? It's a representation of causal relationships between elements or subsystems that interact in the search of a common purpose. And if we have to find this common purpose in the Catwoe analysis, the common purpose it will be the Weltanschauung. The Weltanschauung is the common purpose of every system. We should indicate the positive or negative direction of this causality. We need to identify the border or the boundary of the system under study and the important elements outside of it and their relationships. We have elements inside of a system and we have elements outside of the system. How can we see the difference between them? It's very simple. The elements that are inside of the system are those that you can control, those who form your system, that are part of your business. For example, the clients are outside of the systems. The provider are outside of the systems. They are very important to them, but we can't control our clients and we can't control our providers. Continuing with this, initially it is recommended to work in two conceptual models, Model 0 and Model 1. Model 0, we identify elements or subsystems that make up the system under study. What parts form our system? What are those elements? we can use actors or parts of the process in this. We can use the actors that we defined in the Catwoe analysis, or if we have different verbs to express the T process, those different verbs are going to be different elements in our conceptual model. We need to identify the causal relationship that exists between them. If we, for example, have clients as one element and the sales part of our system, the relation between clients and the sales part is that clients give the sales part of our system money, and the sales part of our system give clients the product or the meat in this case. In module 1, we need to identify the variable or indicator measuring the performance of each subsystem. If sales is one part, how can we represent sales? If sales is a process, sales can also be a variable, being expressed as money that comes in our business. Then we need to follow module 0 to define module 1, replacing the elements with variables. But this is just talk. Let's see an example that explains this better. This is module 0 for the meat store. We identify clients and branches. Clients give branches money, the branches give products to the clients. We also have a warehouse that gives product to the branches. The branches give the sales to the administrative function. The administrative function gives the provider money to buy product that it's given to logistics service. Logistics service take the product to the warehouse, and as we already have explained, warehouse gives the product to the branches, and so on until it gets to the client. But we can also have a relationship between our administrative function and the direction of our system, or the CEO of our system. The administrative function gives the required budget, the money that we need to operate our system. And the direction of the CEO gives the operative budget, the money in our account to make our system work. Administrative function gives the contract of service to your logistics service. This contract of service is between us and our provider. Our provider has a relationship with the logistics and gives them the product. We can also see in this module 0, the frontier of the system is the red line that I'm showing you right now. And this line indicates the frontier of our control. We can control our branches, our warehouse, our administrative function, our logistics services, but we can control our CEO, our clients, and our provider. But all three are very important to the Weltanschauung of this model or this system. This was model 0. But if we want to go to model 1, we need to transform this model into variables. Some of the variables we can already see. We can see that we can measure demand, we can measure budget, we can measure a delivery plant, sales, etc. And model 1, we can see the price, the demand, the quality, the waste, sales, utility, payroll, personal, salaries, handling cost, inventory, the delivery rate or the delivery time, indirect cost, stock out cost, etc. The analysis, though these plus signs or these minus signs are established from this kind of relationship. If quality improves, what happens to demand? We expect that if quality improves, the demand increases. If the demand increases, then the waste is going to increase, because if we are going to demand more product, then we expect that some of those product is going to get waste. But this is contrasted with an improving quality. If we have an improving quality, the waste is going down. Now let's see sales. If we improve sales, then we need more inventory. That's the reason of this plus sign right here. If we have more inventory, then our stock out costs are going to decrease. If our stock out cost increase, they are going to affect utility, but decreasing this utility. But this can be contrasted. If we improve sales, then our utility is going up. Let's analyze another part of this system. If sales go up, then we need more inventory. If we need more inventory and we increase our inventory, we have more handling cost, and if we have more handling cost, then the utility is going down. Let's analyze payroll. If we have more personnel, this more personnel is going to increase our payroll, and it's going also to increase our indirect cost. If we increase salaries, then our payroll is going up. And this is the way to establish Module 1. When we get at this phase in the subsystems methodology, we have a much better understanding of the situation. If we are talking about meat market, we have a better understanding of this market. Where do we go from here? It's not part of our class, it's not part of this course, but we're going to dynamic models. You have another course that is called dynamic systems, and a dynamic model can be understood as Modules 1 most complete definition. For each relationship between variables, you set an equation, and you can also, or you can use correlation analysis, factorial analysis, linear regression, etc. And so for some of you that have already seen this course, this is an example that helps you understand that if we have Model 1, we can transform it into a dynamic model like the one I'm showing you. But this is not from a meat store, this is a different phenomena, that it's entrepreneurship. So this is what I wanted to explain. I just wanted to have this video to help you understand the first 4 phases of the subsystems methodology. So I hope that this helps you achieve this.